Hi everyone and welcome back. Today's video is something that I've seen banded around quite a lot, and I actually had the idea to do this quite a while ago and I bought the stuff for it and then put it off, and then I keep seeing them coming up in my subscription box, so I thought I'd film my own, and this is going to be how I wore my makeup in high school. Now I can't quite believe that I'm putting this out there. This is just going to be a stupid, fun, really short video. Just so that really, if any of you are watching this and you feel insecure on a day where you're going to school or work about your makeup, you can remember that I wore my makeup like this in public for years. So that's the kind of reason I'm doing it. I've even gone all out and put on a white collared shirt. In the beginning of high school, I used to wear basically everything the same, apart from I used to tie my hair back, like slick back into a bun on my head, like that was an actual thing. That was probably year 9. Year 7 I didn't have a pair of straighteners. My yearbook photo for year 7 was basically my hair like this, but unintentionally frizzy and curled and just ridiculous. And then in year 9 I wore it slicked back, and then in the later stages I used to either wear it really straight and I had like a fringe, or I would wear it really curly from having it in plaits wet the night before. It was like a lion's mane. I never used to tame it with oil or anything like that. It was just ridiculous. And I used to wear headbands to kind of like bring it back. And then I used to push my hair forward a little bit so there'd be like a little bump of hair, because that was really cool to do. I had this bright yellow headband that I always used to wear. I had a red and white striped one, which is one of those like thick cardboard ones. So yeah, you guys that are in high school now and you've got all of this access to YouTube and makeup, and just remember that no matter how bad your makeup is on one day, it will never look as bad as mine did. So in high school, the things that I struggled with the most were my rosy red cheeks, and the colour of the camera, I think it might be a little bit too bright. I'll just turn this down a little bit. Hormones, things like that brings it out really bad. But when I was a teenager at high school, it was so bad. And I always used to use a green moisturiser or product. I didn't really use it as a moisturiser. I used to get out of bed, go downstairs and brush my teeth, and then put my makeup on. I never used to wash my face. I never even used a makeup wipe. How gross is that? So anyway, this is a Kiko Skin Tone Corrector Primer, which is green, and this is very similar to what I used to wear. I used to go to the number 7 counter. That was like the only place I really bought makeup from, and just go and get something like this. And I used to slather my face in it. I didn't realise that if I did proper skincare and really looked after my skin, that I might have been able to reduce the redness. I just used to try and cover it up as best as I could with something like this. Okay, so now that's all on, I never used to leave any time to let it sink in or anything like that. Didn't do eyebrows because I didn't actually touch my eyebrows in high school. It wasn't until, I don't even think I touched them in uni. Maybe I was probably about 20, 21 when I first touched my eyebrows. I've got a whole blog post on that if you want to go and have a read. But the next thing I would do, I bought these from Superdrug, and these are flower shaped makeup wedges, because I used to just buy a really cheap sponge. None of your Real Techniques sponges or beauty blenders, that never existed when I was in school. So I'm just gonna break off like quite a good sized chunk of this sponge, and they were like, you know, like, I don't even know how I managed to do my makeup. It would typically be a number 7 foundation or a Rimmel foundation. I would have taken a lot on a dry sponge. Didn't know that I had to dampen it. That wasn't a thing when I was in high school. And I literally just used to slap it on my face. Before I used sponges, I used to use my fingers, and now the thought of using fingers to apply my foundation goes through me. Like, I hate using my fingers to apply makeup. So I don't know how I ever did that. So basically I'd have got this far and thought to myself, this foundation isn't covering up my redness as much as I want it to. I'm gonna put more foundation on. Didn't even know that concealer existed. And can I just say, by the way, that I am 25, so we're not talking years and years ago. Like, well, sometimes I kind of feel like it is years and years ago, and it was, but it's not like, it wasn't the dark ages. I left school in 2000 and now 2016, so I left school almost 10 years ago. But I was pretty much doing the same makeup for college and uni. Crikey. So the only bronzer I ever used and I ever thought existed and ever wanted to use and used for years and years and years and years and years and years and years was the Rimmel Natural Bronzer. And this one is in the shade 25 Sun Glow, and I used to literally go to town with this bronzer. So I've just found the cheapest brush that I could find in my collection. This is the e.l.f. complexion brush. These are really, really affordable, probably much better quality than the ones I used to use. And I just used to really pack on the bronzer. I just used to literally bronze up my entire face. So maybe my foundation wasn't the wrong colour, but my bronzer certainly was. I just used to like looking tanned, I guess. So the blusher that I always used to use was the Bourjois, the ones that came in a little pot, and I would literally take the same brush and just kind of go like that. Next step, which is probably the most, the step that everyone kind of remembers me for, like my sisters always go on about this. I used to use a turquoise blue eyeliner. Why did I ever think this is a good idea, honestly? But that was what I would be doing on my eyes, and then I'd choose a mascara, and I honestly can't remember what mascara I used to use. It probably would have been a cheap Rimmel one or a No. 7 one, because that's really all the makeup that I used. And I just used to put a bit on. I wouldn't have spent long on this whatsoever because I wouldn't have had a jolly old clue what I was doing, and then if I spilt anything on my face, I'd have just quickly wiped it off and just carried on. Okay, last but not least, I would go in with a lip gloss, and this was, I can't remember what product I actually used to use. My memory is so bad. This is the closest that I've got in my collection at the moment, and this is the NYX Shine Lip Gloss, Mega Shine Lip Gloss, which I actually really like. This is in the shade beige, and it's not beige at all, it's like a baby pink. And I wouldn't have bothered getting rid of the foundation or anything that I had on my lips, but my lips would typically be a pink glossy colour. And that is how I used to do my makeup in high school. So, I mean, if my makeup took me that long these days, I'd be out of the door a lot quicker. That is what I used to do every day going to high school. The showstopper, I think, is definitely the eyeliner. And the fact that I didn't touch my eyebrows, and I mean, I wasn't the only one. I don't think anybody really touched their eyebrows when I was at school. But yeah, this is how I used to do my makeup. Completely different to how I would do it now. And I feel so much like my younger self right now, especially with this bright turquoise eyeliner. I used to get one. It was literally like £1 from a market stall near where I lived, and that was what I used to use. I have actually written a blog post on 20 things I would tell my high school self, which if you fancy a little read, whether you're in high school or not, then I'll link that somewhere around here so you can go and click on that and read. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments any embarrassing things that you used to wear to school, any memories or anything like that, because I love hearing them all. And I will see you all very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.